From time immemorial, man has always strived to survive. To make ends meet was his priority. Even till date, it still is. And because of this, he needed to move from one place to another, thereby transporting himself. Man has evolved many ways of moving from one point to another, from when it was used as a means of transportation to tamed animals, until the invention of the wheel. The invention of the wheel prior to the 1700s marked the beginning of the horse-drawn cart running on wheels as means of mobility. This in turn led to ideas being developed into steam generation as a means of producing power to full carriage. Transportation was started by man himself when he discovered his role in the family, that he needed to work for his family to eat. Because of this, he would walk lengths of kilometers in search for food. It was always an agonizing experience for him. As time goes by, things changed when he was found to be vulnerable and also limited by the distance he could walk, the amount of load he could carry, his speed of movement, and his lifespan. Because of these reasons, animals like horses, camels, and donkeys came into use as means of transportation, since they had the strength required as at then. Not until they discovered that these animals were also limited by the distance they could walk, the amount of load they could carry, their speed of movement, and their lifespan. These factors were wholeheartedly acknowledged, and they were left with no choice than to improvise. Back then, the steam engine was invented. The first steam engine was invented in the year 1712 by Thomas Newcomen. In the year 1712 by Thomas Newcomen. And his assistant, John Carney. This engine was specifically used to pull carts. The boiler being separated from the engine is where the steam was generated and transferred under pressure to a cylinder containing a piston. This steam pressure then pushes the piston downwards, and a mechanical linkage converts this linear motion to rotary motion. A mechanical linkage then converts this linear motion. Linear motion is a straight line motion. It is being converted to rotary motion. It means that if this piston is being pushed outwards, it in turn leads to the rotary motion of this tire, which also turns this as well. This makes this train move. It uses the same principle with the train. That is the steam engine that I'm talking about. It uses the same principle as that of the ancient train. Separation of the boiler from the engine makes the installation bulky, with heat loss in the boiler and engine. It has the advantage of abundance of power, but a low engine speed, it took longer time to start, inherent low fuel supply, and in addition to these disadvantages, the steam engine continues to consume fuel to maintain steam pressure during temporary stoppages. The evolution of the steam engine was also saddled by the limitations of the size, the weight, the fuel economy, the range, and so on. This led to electric cars being invented as a way of improvising. When next we meet, I'll be explaining in details how the electric car works, its limitations before the internal combustion engine was invented. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel with the link on my bio, turn on post notification, and once again, thanks for watching.